before the video starts, only 98% of you are actually subscribed. So, if you end up liking this video, please subscribe. It's totally free. You can always change your mind if you want to. Anyways, onto the video.
Good one.
Aye, we'll have to. Until he wrapped himself in his cloak and cried out. Then see how well you do without me. The rooftop suddenly burst into flames, and from it, armored dragons descended, burning the hall to the ground. I was the only one to escape.
Regicide is one of the worst crimes a person can ever commit. That is to kill a monarch, or in this case a chief. And Drago commits it en masse. This would easily get him the death penalty.
Stop all preparations! We must attack the Dragon Riders' nest at once! We will take down their alpha, and then we will take Berg!
Levying war against Berk is considered high treason and under US law would give Drago his second death penalty.
Pick up! Son!
Drago kills yet another chief, which gives him yet another death sentence.
Your chief is dead!
Stoic? It's not possible.
No one can protect you now!
It can be assumed that this causes several homicides, and since we don't know how many he committed, rather than giving him a load of life sentences, I'm just going to give him another death penalty. It was very difficult to find a charge that fit this crime, and the best fit I could find was poisoning, as it could be said he is injuring the minions by damaging their bodily functions and altering their looks against their will. And he did this en masse, so he will get the death penalty.
Soon, I will unleash them on the world! And if anyone tries to stop them, the city gets eaten!
I assume his end goal here is to take over the world, using the purple minions, and if this is the case, then he would be breaking the Nuremberg principles. By wagering war against the world, he would be committing crimes against peace by violating international treaties, and he would also be committing war crimes by wanton destruction of cities. Give him another death penalty.
Crate up the armor and the rest of it. All right, let's finish up here.
My apologies, Doctor, but we both knew Hydra could grow no further in Hitler's shadow. Hail Hydra!
Hey, Hydra!
We're now shown Red Skull's plot to betray the Nazi party and use Hydra's new weapons to destroy the major cities of the countries in the war. This would give him one death penalty from the Nazi party for high treason, and he would later get another death penalty from the Allies due to his plan to destroy several major cities. But the USA did this in World War II when they nuked Japan, so there could be a case to not include that one, so I'll give him life imprisonment instead.
And your death came by the son of Odin.
His first shot was to save Odin and therefore would be accepted in court, but the second shot which killed him was execution of an unarmed prisoner and was also regicide as he was king of Jotunheim, and this was all planned so it's first degree.
You can't stop it. The Bifrost will build until it rips Jotunheim apart.
This is and probably will be the worst crime ever committed on if villains were charged for their crimes. Well, maybe not. But Loki attempted to kill every frost giant on the planet and destroy the planet too. This would give him attempted genocide and mass property destruction. For the first time ever, we will give him 2 death penalties. That is, it will be far less easy to appeal the more death penalties a person receives. Loki's big plan was to use Thanos' army to take over the Earth so he could rule it, in return for the Tesseract. Wagering war against the world would give Loki a death sentence, as he would be violating peace treaties, which would make him a war criminal.
Ronan is destroying Xandarian outposts throughout the galaxy. I should think that would call for some slight response on the part of the Kree.
We signed your peace treaty, Nova Prime. What more do you want?
At least a statement from the Kree Empire saying that they condemn his actions. He is slaughtering children, families.
That is your business.
It's impossible to work out the value of a Xandarian outpost as it's likely not made from Earth materials and could be any size, so I'll give the average cost of a US military base, which is $73 million. In addition, he has killed countless Xandarians, including children, so I'll give him ethnic cleansing too. All of this should be a death sentence.
You call me boy? I will unfurl 1,000 years of Kree justice on Xandar and burn it to its core. Then Thanos, I'm coming for you.
Now he plans to destroy Xandar, which would result in billions of deaths and uncountable amounts of property destruction. He'll get another death penalty as he later attempts this in the movie. He'll also get 3 years for intimidation when he threatens Thanos. It is later revealed by Marvel themselves that 177 people died, including Quicksilver, during the Battle of Sokovia. So that's 177 life sentences for Ultron. And also he attempted to kill all life on Earth, which will give him 1 death sentence for genocide of the human race, 1 death sentence for the destruction of all major cities, and 1 death sentence for the killing of every world leader. All attempted, of course. Syndrome kills off a lot of superheroes to train his robot to the point of near extinction. We will give him genocide with a death sentence.
Lights! Camera! Laser!
In addition to all the property he is destroying here, he's also putting countless lives in danger and might have even caused several homicides. We don't know the full extent of the destruction he caused, but we'll give him a death penalty for domestic terrorism.
Oh, I love England. The music, the fashion. I'm seriously thinking about overthrowing it someday.
No, no, no. You stay away from England. Stay away from England. You hear me?
How dare you!
Trespassing in the palace can result in a 1-year prison term, plus Scarlet came in with the intention of assassinating the then king Bob, but was talked out of it when Bob changed the law and gave Scarlet the crown. I'll give another death sentence for attempted regicide. Even though Bob shouldn't really be called king, as pulling a sword out of the rock doesn't make you king, this ain't no For the Dark World lift this hammer and you rule Asgard baloney, okay? Pretty sure this was an attempt by Scarlet Overkill to kill all the minions. Even though they are indestructible and would likely survive this, it's still attempted genocide by Scarlet and she'll be getting a death sentence.
Approval to proceed then, my lord?
Wipe them out. All of them.
Wow, we're starting off strong with genocide of the Gungans, which is easy death penalty.
The time has come. Execute Order 66.
Here we go, Order 66. This is one of the worst crimes ever committed on the channel. He uses the clone army, who are programmed to obey him, to wipe out all the Jedi. He does this to the point of near extinction, and this order goes on even through the original trilogy. The Jedi can be seen as a sort of religion to the Force, and therefore we get another genocide charge for Palpatine, which comes with a death sentence.
This marriage is binding, and that makes me king! See?
It's very hard to hear, but Lord Farquaad says he's going to draw and quarter Shrek, which is a brutal medieval form of torture where they're drawn, hung, disemboweled, beheaded, and then quartered. A brutal form of execution which will land Farquaad a death penalty.
Oh, put it away, Junior. You're still gonna be king. We're just gonna have to come up with something smarter, that's all.
Oh, I do. I do. I hate him. Oh, I do. And I'm going to use Alakay. Yes, I'm going to use him to get rid of Zuba once and for all.
We can see here Makunga is plotting the removal of King Zuba, which can be considered betrayal of the monarchy, and so is high treason.
Very awkward, but I suppose I could carry this tremendous burden.
Titan has freed us! Oh, I wouldn't say free. More like under new management.
So Titan just took over the city and he also committed assault and battery on the mayor.
Prince Hans, Arendelle looks to you.
With a heavy heart, I charged Queen Elsa of Arendelle with treason and sentenced her to death.
This isn't just attempted murder, Elsa's the queen, so this is attempted regicide. Also, this shows his plan to delete the code of the then monarch, and then he replaces the monarch and becomes King Candy. This is usurping the throne. And attempted regicide as he tried to kill Vanellope by deleting her code. And she's a monarch.
And I did not reprogram this world to let you and that Holocaust riddled warthog take it away from me! Turbo-tastic! End of the line, George!
Now, what are you supposed to do? Kill Mufasa?
Precisely. Long live the king. Hades, you're behind this?
You are correct, sir.
Hades just staged a violent revolution of Olympus. He will get the death penalty.
Just poison him with this.
This shows Yzma's plan to poison the Emperor in order to take over the kingdom. This is high treason, attempted regicide, death penalty for Yzma.
I must admit you had me worried when you mixed up those poisons. Finish them off.
Hey, you're not backing down now, are you, big guy?
The real war, Captain, is what you see before you. For 20 years, I have been taking care of the gypsies, one by one. And yet, for all my success, they have thrived. I believe they have a safe haven within the walls of this very city. A nest, if you will. They call it the Court of Miracles.
What are we going to do about it, sir?
20 years Frollo has been hunting down Romani people throughout France without real reason, with probably millions killed or imprisoned in the process. This makes Frollo a genocidal dictator, and if there was ever a revolution where Frollo was punished for his actions, it would almost certainly be a public execution for the judge.
Calm yourself,
Soon I will be Sultan, not that addle-pated twit. And then I stop the crackers down his throat.
We can see here Jafar plotting to overthrow the Sultan. This would result in a death penalty if he was found out.
I'm afraid you've worn out your welcome, Prince Abubu.
Make sure he's never found.
Thanks to the genie, Aladdin is now a prince, and that means this is attempted regicide.
Genie, grant me my first wish. I wish to rule on high as Sultan.
What is this? What's going on?
Oh my goodness, what's happening? Jafar, you vile betrayer! That Sultan, vile betrayer to you!
Since Jafar has no connection to the Sultan heritage or any other royal heritage at all, him taking over as Sultan would not stand and would be viewed as a hostile takeover of the country.
What a miserable-looking mudball.
Send a robot probe.
Galaxar, with his sending of the robot probe, caused countless property damage and might have even caused some homicides too. This makes him a terrorist and technically a barbarian too.
There were innocent people on my home planet before it was destroyed.
Look, I'm sorry your planet was destroyed.
Oh, don't be. I'm the one who destroyed it. Confused?
So Galaxar just admitted to destroying his planet, which would give him genocide and mass property destructions, 2 death penalties.
You need not fear me. I mean you no harm. However, it is important to note that most of you will not survive the next 24 hours. Those of you that do survive will be enslaved and experimented on.
Thanks to you, the king and queen signed their kingdom over to me.
They would never do that.
They would if I promised them all their problems would disappear.
And then they disappeared.
Oh! Oh!
Rumpelstiltskin used deception again to kill the king and queen. This would land him fraud for the deception contract, 2 regicide for the 2 dead monarchs, and usurping the throne, which is what he did after they died.
Outraged, Tai Lung laid waste to the valley.
Some assumptions here, but if he laid waste to the valley, that means he probably committed property destruction en masse, along with the possibility of committing several homicides, as evident by the screaming in the clip.
You just destroyed your ancestral homestead.
A trivial sacrifice, when all of China is my reward.
It's unclear how many of his own men Lord Shen has just killed, so I'll just mark it on as mass and give him a death sentence. Bowser goes a bit overboard here as he declares war on the Mushroom Kingdom and commits war crimes by bombing the civilians and even crystallizing them. He also gets 3 counts of kidnapping for the princess and the 2 toads that were with her. Bowser outlines his extensive plans to rule the universe, with his first action being the creation of a new galaxy. Now that in itself isn't a bad thing, assuming it doesn't affect any of the galaxies when it's created, but the ruling the universe part definitely would land him some war crimes, since he's already taken steps towards this goal. Bowser pretty much commits the same crimes he did in the first game, except he's huge. Ego killed all of his children. That would be murder en masse, and I think he's done it to a point where he'll get a death penalty, especially since most of them probably were really young.
Everyone, I need you to stay back. It is not safe. What is that?
Including Heimdall and Loki, Thanos killed a lot of Asgardians.
The Power Stone because he stole it last week when he decimated Xandar. He stole the Space Stone from me when he destroyed my ship and slaughtered half my people.
Decimating, I assume, means kill a lot of people.
The make up your mind-inator! You know when you're waiting to order a pizza and the person in front of you can't decide on a topping? Oh, I hate that, I hate it. I will destroy anyone who can't make up their mind!
Here we go. Doofenshmirtz's first death sentence as he attempts to kill everyone that can't make up their mind.
Doofenshmirtz evil in court! Sorry, Perry the Platypus, but you are too late! I will unleash my giant penguins at the fair today, so they may begin freezing the entire city! Then I will sell all the citizens of Danville my organic, yet highly addictive Doof brand hot. You just
lost. Not one ant sleeps until we get every scrap of food on this island!
Just do what he says. You don't want to make a man.
Didn't you hear, Hopper? After the ants pick all the food, he's gonna squish the queen to remind him who's boss. Then she's dead, they cry, boo-hoo, we go home, end of story.
Oh, cool.
William Afton kills 5 more children, including Susie and Cassidy, who according to the book, he was very brutal with. I will give him 4 life sentences and a death sentence for the Cassidy murder.
You don't seem to understand. Earth isn't yours to conquer.
What's Omni-Man done here? Well, he's destroyed an entire planet and everybody on it. According to Dr. Greg Lowlin, the Earth is worth $5 quadrillion, so I will assume this planet is thereabouts. And this will be a very ironic charge for murder of all life.
How could you do this?
That was your fault.
No, that was your fault. The average cost of a 13-story building in the middle of a city would be around $100 million in construction costs. And that's damage Omni-Man will have to pay, plus the addition of a death sentence for all the people that died.
I had to create a bomb. What? A bomb? We're gonna drop it down there. Just get a whole fresh start. You know what, Morty, you're right. Let's forget the girl altogether. She's probably nothing but trouble anyways.
Armed neutrino bomb.
You know what,
Neutrino bomb armed.
What are we gonna do, Rick? It's gonna be fine, Morty. Relax. I whipped up an antidote. It's based on praying mantis DNA. Okay, well, sometimes science is more art than science, Morty. Oh! Great, now I have to take over a whole planet because of your stupid boobs.
Rick just enslaved an entire planet. Death sentence.
You're basically... This is slavery. You're talking about creating a planet of slaves.
Told you, Zeep.
Oh, they won't be slaves. They'll work for each other and pay each other money.
That just sounds like slavery with extra steps.
What?
Wait a minute. Did you create my universe? Is my universe a miniverse?
Microverse!
Teenyverse.
Ugh! You bastard!
Much obliged.
Morty is partially right, but it isn't slavery as they're under the impression that waste power needs to be disposed of, so it's more theft of power rather than slavery. Later on though, when the truth is revealed, it then becomes slavery, as they are instead making power under threat of tossing a broken car battery, rather than the ignorance of this waste power.
What are you doing in here? This area is for teleporting the entire Citadel to somewhere else using only buttons and dials. Yeah, well, it's a bad idea to have it designed that way then, isn't it? What the? We just teleported into a galactic federal prison! I'm gonna go take a shit. So what are you doing with level 9 access anyways? Destroying the galactic government.
Awesome! Are you going to set all their nukes to target each other?
Or reprogram their military portals to disintegrate their entire space fleet? Good pitches, kids. I'm almost proud. But watch closely as Grandpa topples an empire by changing a 1 to a 0.
They're all dead.
Why would World Ender do this to his own men and several women?
What exactly did you order?
A Vegas-style all-you-can-eat buffet?
Having just seen a giant spaghetti tornado, the mayor then orders a Vegas-style all-you-can-eat buffet, gets told that it's putting everyone in danger again by Flint, yet he still does it and stops Flint from terminating his order. That holds him 90% responsible for everything that happens from this food storm, maybe even 100. I'll estimate $1 trillion worth of damages, but honestly could be a lot higher given what this one bagel does to a $1 billion skyscraper. He also drowns the British people in tea. This really upsets me. If it's hot tea, like boiling hot tea, that's gonna kill people, a lot of people. This level of negligence would result in a death sentence easy.
Initializing primary ignition sequence.
Start the sequence.
Uploading Vanessa Fisk and Richard Fisk DNA.
Earlier, it was explained to him in detail why opening the black hole would be cataclysmically dangerous to everyone in his reality, yet he does it anyway, knowing full well the consequences. That level of selfishness has got to warrant a death sentence.
Hi, Mom.
Hi, sweetie. How's my boy?
Great! I did just what you told me. In a couple of weeks, all those broken down losers out there are gonna be nothing but scrap metal.
Ratchet's plan with his mum throughout this entire movie is to purge the poor from Robot City and turn them into scrap metal. Cut and dry death sentence for him.
Hi, Mom.
Hi, sweetie.
I did just what you told me. No more spare parts. All those broken down losers out there are gonna be nothing but scrap metal.
Just like his son, Madame Gasket will get a death sentence.
Put it over.
I hear it. So do I.
Rudy, give me that. Come, Wickershams, get that clover. Well, anybody, take it from him.
This is tricky as when the kangaroo drops the clover into the boiling pot, she didn't believe that there was a world full of people on it and just assumed Horton was insane. Having now been given proof through hearing them, she still wants to grab the clover with the very serious assumption that she will try to destroy it again. She can no longer plead ignorance. She's attempting to destroy a world out of pettiness because she can't accept that she was wrong.
Death sentence. Those closest to him believe we have infiltrated the ministry.
Well, they got that right then, haven't they?
For evaluation.
Begin.
He who must not be named raises an army and invades a school, causing a wizarding war. I'm gonna charge him with war crimes on the basis of him breaking the peace and causing the conflict over nothing but his want to rule everyone. We have another wizarding war that happened before the events of Harry Potter, where we get confirmed that he tortured lots of people and killed them.
In the past, it was often the Dark Lord's pleasure to invade the minds of his victims.
After tonight, if they speak of you, they'll speak only of how you begged for death. And I, being a merciful...
Only when he had them literally begging for death would he finally kill them.
Death worth another death sentence in my books. PAL causes terror and destruction at every part of the globe. With the UN recognizing 193 countries, we can give PAL the following charges per country: terrorism and high treason. However, since PAL did treat its human prisoners of war relatively well, that means PAL committed no war crimes.